Well, hi, this is Jerry with I Love RV Life. Today we're at High Falls State Park Campground. Wow, this is a beautiful campground. It has two sections, and as the name implies, we've got waterfalls. Well, hi, it's Jerry, and today we're at High Falls State Park. Oh, this campground is absolutely beautiful. It's about an hour south of Atlanta, about, maybe 20 minutes north of Macon, just a few minutes off of the interstate. I think at exit 199. And this campground is a jewel. I'm having to yell because of the waterfalls behind me. We're gonna come back to those. First of all, I'm going to take you around and show you the campground. I'm going to take you to the Lake Loop, and that's one of the older part of this campground. Then I'm going to take you down to the Riverside Loop, which is the newer side, a little bit bigger spaces down there. And then there's trails everywhere, the beautiful waterfalls that are behind me, the old Powerhouse Ruins. This place is an absolute gem. Come on, let me show you this campground. You're going to love it. Well, aside from the lake, you'll see, boats over here that you can rent, and then, there's the trading post that's located there. There's seasonal times that you can do this, so they'll have like, little paddle boats and rowboats, kayaks, those types of things that you can put here. And it's a small lake, but still a lot of fun. Little picnic areas. Now, this is the dam. We're going to go below this in just a few minutes and show you the falls. It's pretty neat. But this is an interesting place. They used to let you walk out on this for obvious reasons. You can't do that anymore. And you'll have picnic areas everywhere. So this is the old Spillway. And there was a power facility many years ago that the dam was originally built for. And you can actually see the spillway operating here. Coming from the main entrance here, there's markets and all kinds of things that you can enjoy. Now there's trails, and more trails. But I want you to see this. This is I guess you'd call it a little observation area that's located down here. It's pretty neat. It's got a few pieces of history that's still scattered about here from back in the day. But there's actually a place that we can walk out here and get a little bit of a different view of the falls. Now, the good thing about coming down to where we're at now is that, if you've got some mobility issues and you really want to be able to see the falls, this makes it super easy to do that. If you notice behind me, there is a slight downgrade that you'll have to manage, but you won't have to make the big hike down here to the bottom. And here's what you're going to get to see. Look at this. Let's walk out on this. This is really a pretty view. So if you really want to see something, and again, you're not able to make the trek down the hard area, I couldn't even begin to tell you how many photographs are made of this. Look at this. Isn't this pretty? And you can see remnants of the old spillway from back in the power generation days. And we've had a little bit of rain here lately, so the water's not as clear as it has been. It's still pretty, huh? Yeah, some kind of pretty. Look at that. And this will get better in just a minute. As we continue walking around here, we'll be heading in the direction down there. And if you'll notice under the bridge, there's a big drop off, and hence High Falls. All right, there's two campgrounds located here. One that they call Lakeside, that's up there. And then I'm gonna take you and show you the campground on what they call Riverside, which is down in that direction. Really pretty campgrounds. We're up at the top of the bridge. There is the campground by the lake. And then there's a trail right here at the end of the bridge that rolls all the way down to the base of the falls. And we're gonna be heading down there. But this is what they look like from up top. They are really percolating today too. This is gonna be great. Isn't that pretty? So down there is the dam, and we are coming up to the Lakeside Campground area. And this is another one of those group facilities. They've got them all over the place. Great place to, again, if you want to have a group and you want to have, you know, potluck or family outing or something like that. Great place for that. All right, we're up at the campground that's located around the lake. They call it the Lakeside Loop or Lakeside Campground. This will be the first one that we look at. Some of your smaller spaces are located here. This might be one of the older parts of this campground. I think this campground was created in '61, if I'm not mistaken. And I'll give you, you know, some numbers and some things that you might want to look at. This, where we're at right now, is directly located across from the pool. It's a seasonal pool, of course. And this being the 10th of December, none of that stuff is going to be open. But let's look at some of these campground spots. This is a pretty nice area to stay in. So this is Space 100. You'll notice for those that we look at that have the yellow marker, these are 30 amp spots. Something like this. You'll notice that all the roads in the campground are paved. Gosh, that's nice. And these are, you know, 30 amp. This is one of your smaller spaces. Maybe a pop-up would fit well in here. Something like an R-pod, something like that would be nice in this space. And you know, you've got your picnic area that's located here, and you've got water and no sewer here, water and your 30 amp connection. Here's another one, 101. Again, these are very small spaces, and you can go out to the Reserve America website for the campgrounds in Georgia, and they give you the links. But nice concrete tables. Some of them still have the wooden ones. It's a pretty loop. I like it up through here. They all have very nice bathroom facilities and showers that are really kept up well. Now, you know, this is across from the bath facility. So let's say that you got a pop up with, you know, with no bathroom facilities or something like that. Here's something perfect for that. And I want you to see how much space is between the campers here. You've got this nice picnic area that you walk up to. And then it's located right across from the bathroom. Now, I know everybody has family members that just goes, oh, I wish I could just go camping with you just once, and you don't have the space in your camper. Well, one of the nice things about a lot of these Georgia campgrounds is they've added yurts. So you get kind of, I guess, a glam camp in a way. Here's some of those. These things are nice. I mean, they're really nice. It's, you're not gonna rough it too much in these things. No, they don't have bath facilities. They don't. That's another reason that they typically put them, you know, across from the bathhouse. But one of the things that you'll notice on these yurts, you know, you got a nice big front porch, and then, you know, you've got a picnic area and a fire pit. So yeah, you're able to get the full camping experience. That's nice. And look at this. So the ones that are located here are right on the back side of the lake that feeds High Falls, and you've got a deck. Here, I'll kind of turn around to this one as well. You see the deck down there, and then if you have a boat or a kayak or something like that you want to put in the water, and look at the website, they'll tell you the restrictions of what you can and can't put here, or you just rent something. I've got a little dock down there in the bottom that you can take advantage of. But these are nice. These are nice. You know, so the whole family can get involved, and that's a big treat when you're getting to go camping, isn't it? We're still here on the lakeside, and these are a few that are slightly deeper. You could get a small Class C in these, something like that. Matter of fact, here's a small Class C over here now. Somebody that's here for a little while. Isn't that perfect? And you could probably get maybe even a 30-footer in there. And then a A few of these are actually a little deeper. That one with the Class C in it was 112. Here's 113. These are all 30 amp water. Get you a little Class C in that one as well. Now this one here, 111, if you want to be up on the lakeside and close to the swimming pool and it's summertime. This is 111, and this one's a good bit deeper. You could, probably get a good sized fifth wheel inside this one. Let's walk up here and I'll show you how this one looks. And what I like about this one is you see the picnic table and all is right in the back, right behind your camper. And then a place to put your chairs out. And I've even seen people put tents. They bring the kids with them and the kids want to stay out in tents. We've got some family members that like to do that when they go camping out with their family. And if you'll notice, right down through there, I'm not going to walk down there, but right down through there, right between those trees, is a path that goes down to the lake. It kind of gives you a view. Isn't this pretty? It's a nice campground. I like it. All right, that kind of gives you kind of a peek into what the Lakeside Loop looks like here at High Falls State Campground. And what we're going to do is we're going to walk down the road here, just a little short path, maybe 2-3 minutes, and I'll show you what the swimming pool area looks like. So that's another benefit about if you can, if your RV will fit in one of these spaces, is you're right there by the swimming pool. It's a nice swimming pool too. And then here's the pool facility. Again, this is the 10th of December. So it's going to be closed and probably drained, but you can at least get a good idea what this will be like in your warmer months when all this is open. Also coming up from the pool, and you'll see all the group shelters that are down there along by the lake. And then you've got putt here. Oh my kids love coming up here doing putt. When we went to Little Old Mulgy right outside of Dublin, they had a putt course, and I bet we played putt every single day, and that's fun. Another little bit of recreation. Walking right out of the main entrance here from where the Lakeside Campground is located, and then right up the hill here where the Riverside Campground is located, come right across the bridge, and that will be the entrance to go down to the falls. And I think you're going to find this something. There's the bridge that you cross, and then we're going to walk right down through here. Now, just a couple things of note. At dark, the trails close, and they're pretty strict about that too. So you want to take that into consideration. Something that should go without saying is don't walk out on the rocks. They've had people get severely injured. And they've had some deaths as well, just because people did things they wasn't supposed to do. And if the park rangers find you out here on the rocks, it is expensive, very, very expensive. So they will fine you pretty significantly. So just don't do it. Enjoy it. It's beautiful. Hear it? And it's an easy walk. They've got steps and the trails, not too hard. But here you go. These are just going to be some of the views that we're going to get, but these aren't the pretty views. They're going to be down here at the bottom. They are really something. So a few years back, they used to let you walk out here on the edge and get down to the bottom. And again, so many people just wandered off too far, and too many people started getting hurt. So they give you these little walkways that you can actually come up here through. But the views are still pretty spectacular. Look at that. Isn't that something? Really, really something. Now over on the other side is another trail that we're going to take advantage of here in just a minute. That'll take us to the old Powerhouse Ruins. But I'll just kind of stop here and let you kind of soak this in. This is probably some of the prettiest falls in Middle Georgia. Probably the prettiest falls in Middle Georgia, south of Atlanta. Look at this. had mentioned earlier that, you know, this, it's not a terribly difficult walk, but if you do have some mobility issues, it's gonna be tough. And you've got steps, and people have cut trails down through here as well. But again, you got lots and lots of places you can stop and get some great views without having to risk things to go out on the rocks. Here's one of them. Look at this thing right here. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's not too bad, but look at this. This is something. Wow. Look at those falls. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but right over there at the base, you can actually see a mist coming off. Look at that. Isn't that something? Wow. Something else. And this is the very, very bottom, the lower section of the falls. This is probably about the only spot that you can kind of get up close. But look at this. Even these little bitty falls are really something to see. Isn't that something? Across from the entrance behind me, where the main registration and camp store is located, and on the, I guess you would call it the west side of the bridge, is another great nature trail. This takes you down by the ruins. Some really interesting things here I'll show you along the way, and you kind of follow the falls down to your left. Here's one thing I think is kind of interesting. So again, coming back from over at the dam, I kind of showed you that ditch earlier, that slough, and you can see how it continues. Can you make that out? It's pretty deep. That's maybe about 20 feet deep and maybe 20 feet across. And this was the old, you know, old slough for the power dam. And this trail's not too bad. It's pretty flat. And again, we've got the falls. That's not the pretty side. But we'll go down here, and again, it takes you down to the base of the falls, and you can kind of see, I think, the old building down here where the power facility used to be, the power building. Those ruins may still be down here. I haven't been down here in a long time. So I'll date myself a little bit. When Joan and I first got married back in the early 70s, there was what I call the first van craze. I know there's lots of people all over YouTube with vans, but in 1974, I had a 1964 red Econoline van, and Betty, was it tricked out. That thing was really something. It had fun, don't laugh now. Sure, it had carpet and it had an ice box. You didn't have electric refrigerators or solar panels back then. Had an ice box in it. Really cool 8-track tape player. Fun fur, yes. Had fun fur in the ceiling. And then had a bed in the back. And Joan and I would go and spend 4-day weekends from the 1st of May to the 1st of November and stay on the beach at Tybee Island. Back then, you could park on the beach. And then, you know, during the fall months and things like that, early spring, we would come up here to High Falls in the van. So we've been coming up here for a long, long time. Yeah, Joan and I were a little hippie back then. All right, let's see what's on the trail. Those were fun times. You saw where we came from. If you're driving, you can come down to the bottom of the hill, and there's plenty of parking down here if you want to see the facility. And it's easy walk over here. You come down to the base of where the waterfalls are at. You're not going to see much of the waterfalls, but there's, you know, places for picnic tables, and you can grill. And then, here's your old Powerhouse Ruins and the old High Falls power plant. And they've got a little, a little write up here about it, where this thing was done in the 1800s. And he actually sketched out the buildings here, the transformer house and the powerhouse. Isn't that something? Here's a, kind of show you how old this is. Here's a picture from 1897 when this thing was actually working. It was built in 1890. Amazing. Really something. But it is pretty. And for the 10th of December, I got the whole place to myself. We're down at the Riverside, or they call it the River Loop. And this is, I guess you would call this big rig friendly. This does not have the pool. You don't have the, easier access to the falls. This is gated. You have to have a code to get down here. So, if you're not from the area and you're not camping and you want to wander down here, you'll need a code to get in. But these lots are deep. You've got some pull-throughs down here. Let's look at a couple of these. I think you're going to find these interesting. This is a one. One is actually a pull-through. Two. This one is three. You see how deep they are. 4, 5. I could get my fifth wheel in this, my 40-foot fifth wheel, and still have room for my truck. It goes back pretty far. Might have to have a bit of an angle to it, but I don't think it'd be any problem. Mr. Squirrel's running about. Picnic tables. But this is what they call the Riverside. Gosh, it's quiet down here. Again, I got the whole place to myself. It's just amazing. Now, if you'll notice, right up there at the top of those steps, I got bathhouses everywhere. And every bathhouse has at least one washer and dryer. That makes it kind of nice, doesn't it? Now, there's a couple spots down here. I'm going to encourage you, look at the map that I'm going to put on ilovervlife.com. You can go to today's blog for this. It'll be listed at the end of this video. Or you can just go out to ilovervlife.com and look at the homepage. It'll probably be on there by the time you see this. And I'll have directions. I'll have a Google map on how you can find this place. And then I will actually link you to a PDF of where you can actually look at the campground and how the loops are set up. That should be helpful to you. And then also go to reserveamerica.com. That's what Joan and I use for these. And you can look and see what the sizes of the individual campground spots are. But like I said, these are big rig friendly. Here, let me show you some more. These are a little bit smaller. They're 6. I could get my 40-foot in this one. This one's 8. These are a little closer together here. They're still pretty. Here's 10. I guess you'd call 10 a pull-through. Yeah, it's a pull-through. I could get my 40-foot in there, no problem. Wow, the squirrels are everywhere. Sorry about that. So there's a nice pull-through. Again, this is a state park. Not a lot of these Georgia state parks have sewer. This one's a little bit shorter. I don't think I can make that one. That one's 11. About 30 feet might be about all you could manage. But here's the nice thing about it is you back this baby right up here. And you have the river down there. Yep, that's from the falls. There it is. You can actually, there's a path down there that you can walk down to the river. And fish, you will need a state fishing license to do that here. Nice out here, isn't it? Gosh, it's so quiet. Listen. Here, I'll stop a second. Nothing. Golly. What a beautiful campground. Look at this place. Stunning. The loop goes on down there. There's plenty more camping down in that direction. I'll just walk you up this way. Camp hosts are located up here. I like this. This is 44. The first one you see here is 44. I like this. So if I came up here with Julie, Josh, and the grandbabies, me and Joan did that. This is what we would look for. We'd put them right over here in their travel trailer, and then my fifth wheel would fit perfect right here in 42. And we could get a ton of grandbaby time. And here's what else I like about it. I love this. You got your adjoining picnic area. This is perfect for two families coming together. Isn't this awesome? 2 picnic tables, 2 fire rings. And then also for the kiddos, they got this whole big area back here that they can run and play ball. And then if you'll notice, this is really flat out here, really nice on these paved roads, and get on their bicycles and just ride up a storm. Man, what a nice campground. Isn't this nice? Sure is. And then, you know, there's another bathhouse. That's right there. Just absolutely perfect. Nothing wrong with this at all. Love it. So there are a few shorter spaces here. I want to show you those. Like here's 46. It's not too short. 30 feet to fit in there. Not too bad. But this is going up to the next bathhouse. There's 48 directly in front of me. That would be perfect for, you know, something like a pop-up or even something a little bit longer. You could fit in there. And then, you know, what really works for these is those that have those, you know, smaller bathroom facilities or something like that. But they're still great. They're up here wooded on this little loop. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this tour of High Falls State Park. Again, just a few minutes right outside of Forsyth, about an hour south of Atlanta, right off of I-75, minutes off of the exit. Beautiful campground, stunning campground, beautiful waterfalls. Weren't those things absolutely amazing? And you know, I'll say this about the volunteers that work here. This place is spotless, and they take so much pride in this area. It really is a jewel from Middle Georgia. I hope you get a chance to come here. I know we love it when we come. You know what? And I love RV life too.